Wait, there's a chat screen on the... There you go.
Trina's joined.
Hi, Trina.
Missy.
So I can just watch that. I'm trying to teach hubby how to read the chat.
Missy and Susie.
There. Mic's on.
28 people have joined us.
I'm trying to get you guys situated here.
29 people.
There we go. I have to go to my left here. This screen is always backwards. Because watch. It reads it backwards. So it'll be backwards tonight.
31.
Hi, Jana. So we're going to mix base paint and do a string pull tonight.
Kim has joined us.
Hot, hot Minnesota. So if y'all remember, I did that abstract string pull. I have like 140,000 views on it. So I thought we're gonna mix up some Payne's Gray and play with that color combo again tonight. A lot of people have been asking me how to mix the base paint. So that's what we're gonna work on tonight. And I have my sidekick Al over. If questions come up too fast, that way he can catch them for me. And
Tanisha's joined us.
hi, Tanisha. So we'll see how this goes.
Trina wants to know, are we picking any colors?
Not for the string pull, no. But we can do a painting afterwards. She's already. Don't you dare pick orange, Trina. Oh, you guys want to see the paintings from last week? They're dry.
Where are they?
Yes. Thumbs up, guys. Give me a like.
Paula's a newbie. Joined
They're
us.
over on the curing rack, babe. Do you remember which ones they were? The orange and... No. It's hot in Ontario.
Wet.
These pads, Missy, are adult underpads. If you have someone in your home who needs one of these under them while they're sleeping, it catches urine and whatever excretions they have.
I don't see them.
Hang on, let me go grab those paintings. Watch this thing.
We have Mary from Sublimity, Oregon. 45 people have joined us so far. 46.
Welcome, 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 everyone.
Janet wants to know, what is the tray you're painting in?
This is a washing machine tray. I will put the links below in the description box. Alan, check that and see if they're there. Sometimes it's automatically there. Scroll down. He's on my laptop, so there's a little arrow. See more? Is the Amazon link there? Right there. Can you see it?
No.
Yes. The links are below. To shop with me on Amazon. The washing machine tray is there. The torch, everything's there.
Deborah says she uses the large puppy pads.
Puppy pads work too. Yep, these are,
Katrina Welch from Wet, Montana.
I think these are 30 by 36. So if you get the washing machine tray that's, I think it's 30 by 28, these fit just like this. So they work pretty good. This was the painting we did last week. She's all dry. Where that pearl was. And all of Trina's beautiful orange.
We have Deborah Jackson from Brisbane, Australia.
Hi, Deborah. And hi, Joyce. And then we did the bottle bottom pour. And that dried very nice, too. So tonight we're going to do a yarn pull. But we're going to learn how to mix the base paint. I have way too many people asking me how to do it, so might as well do it live. And then we're going to do a yarn pull afterwards. And I have a lot of canvases prepped, so we'll see what we can get done. So I'm putting about...
Missy says you always outdo yourself.
I always outdo myself. You aren't here for the bloopers. I have bloopers, huh, honey?
Yeah. Paula says it's not easy. Mine was horrible. Kim says last week's pours are gorgeous.
Thanks, Kim. All right, so I have about a third of a cup of Soho Payne's Gray.
Nancy Lochner says, oh,
Yes,
goody.
she did. She won one of the string pulls. All right.
What's your favorite brand of paint?
I have two. I have Soho and Lucas. And my third favorite is the Creative Inspirations and then Artist Loft. So.
Katrina wants to know, how do you win? Oh, do you want to tell her?
Oh, we do it about every 5,000 subscribers. So we have 10,000 coming up here soon. I was kind of bummed. I was hoping I could say, oh, we hit 9,000. So if you're new, click that subscribe button.
Linda says hello.
Hi, Linda. Can you hand me a bottle of purified water, please? Thank you. I do not use tap water, by the way. There's been a lot of discussions about maybe the tap water causing cracking, but I don't know how true that is, but I've never used tap water, so I'm not going to start. Okay, so I have about a third of a cup of paint, and I'm just going to add a little bit of Floetrol to get it going.
Katrina said she just recently subscribed. She's in love with your art and can't help but wonder if we are distantly related.
Well, you would be related to my husband.
Linda says she uses distilled water. Okay, Missy wants to know, she's writing it down. She says Soho, Lucas, and what are the other two?
Creative Inspirations and Artist Loft. Soho is a wonderful paint. The colors stay true to what they are right out of the tube when they dry.
Katrina says her husband's in love with your art too.
Oh, thank you. So, I like Lucas paints because they come in a squirt bottle and they have, it's like a tube paint in a bottle, so they're not real messy. And the thicker the paint is, the better. Creative Inspirations is a student grade paint, but I do like them. I have not had any problems with anything that I've done with those paints, so, and I'm telling you, they had them on sale again this week. $12.29 a jug. That is a lot of paint in there. A lot. It's 60.87 ounces, 1.8 liters.
Nate gives you a smiley face.
Hey, Nate. Thanks for joining us. So I'm just going to keep adding Floetrol till I get up to about the 2-cup mark. And then I'll add a little bit of water.
Missy says that's an amazing deal.
It is an amazing deal. I got 13 colors, plus I buy 2 or 3 whites and 2 blacks every time I order, so I go through a lot of white. Okay, just a little bit more.
We have Christine and if I pronounce it wrong, Van Rout from New Zealand.
Hi, Christine from New Zealand.
Holly wants to know what the difference between Floetrol and Elmer's glue.
I use both. Not for base paint, though. Elmer's glue, and it's not just Elmer's glue, it's Elmer's Glue All is the one you want to use. Excuse me.
A lot of comments coming across.
That, I use the Elmer's Glue All as a pouring medium. I use the Floetrol as a paint extender. So, like, you got a question?
Missy wants to know, do you strain your Floetrol each time you use it?
I strain the gallon when I first open it, but I have not had any boogers lately. I think they're really mixing it well in the factory.
Katrina wants to know, do you
Hi,
prefer
Rona.
thicker paints if you are, or are you thinning them out?
This I'm thinning out because this is a base paint. This is what's going to cover the canvas. If I was just going to do a pour, they'd be much thicker, and I'd use less Floetrol.
We said hello to Jane. Rona has joined us and said hello.
Yeah, I said hello to Rona.
Say hi to Jane from Austin, Texas.
Hi, Jane from Austin, Texas. I used to live in Houston.
She wants to know what colors you'll be using.
I'm using Payne's Gray. Oops, and I'm going to put a little gunmetal in here as soon as I get this Payne's Gray mixed up. So what I want for a base paint is very runny, where it falls right off the stick. Usually when you're mixing your paint, you want it to set on your stick. I want it to run off. So I'm going to put just a little bit more water in there. So for that 1/3 cup of paint and probably 2 cups of Floetrol, I used maybe 3 tablespoons of water. You'll know when you're there. If you're doing pouring, and I'm not sure what consistencies you pour at, I pour at a thicker consistency.
So. Sybil from Minnesota. You got a lot of followers from Minnesota.
Yep. So this is the, you want to know that it's going to run off your canvas. It's not going to be slow. And that's the whole point of making a base paint. So now I'm going to add a little bit of Craftsmart Gunmetal Metallic. And this is just going to give some shine to it. And I put about 1/3 of that bottle in there.
Jane wants to know, do you purchase house interior latex paint and pour into it something else?
Pour into it something else?
Pour it into something else.
Oh, I have used house paint, and I use these jugs here. I mix my house paint 50-50 and add water. 50 of paint, 50 of Floetrol, and then water to get it to this consistency.
Missy wants to know, how do you get your color choices? She says she has a board sitting in her area right now, but she's stuck on what colors to use.
Oh, I just wing it, Missy. And I don't know if you guys all saw that, where I did the greens with the turquoises, and I thought for sure it was going to be a hot mess, but it came out beautiful. Sometimes you just gotta wing it. There's color palettes on Pinterest too that you guys can go and print off and try the color palettes. There's usually 5 or 6 colors that go together.
We have Sin Loves Rally joining us.
Hi, Sin. Sin's one of my commenters. Okay, I think we're there. Yep, we're there. Okay, so now that I have that mixed up, I'm going to go ahead and show you how I did the white. I already had it mixed, so I didn't want to have to mix up another whole batch. I'm sorry if I'm coughing, because it's raining here and my allergies are kicking up. Okay, so all I did with this was use white paint in Artist Loft Iridescent Medium and just a little bit of Floetrol. And you can see how thick that is. I want this paint to stick to my yarn. So this is where you'd be right before you add more Floetrol. So I'm not going to add anything else to this because this is where I want it. Where it sets on the stick and it glops off the stick. But you don't want it super, super thick. but you want that thickness to it so it'll grab onto the yarn. All right, so we're ready to rock and roll on this one. Okay, so I have a 12 by 16 canvas.
Christine says, I've yet to try my first project soon, so eager to start. Do you have a website?
I do not have a website, but I do have a Facebook page. And if you really want to get involved in paint pouring, there's several groups on Facebook, and they are there to help. That's where I went when I started.
Lorena Smith says, I tried pouring with no success at all, so I gave up. Then here, a year later, I used the Floetrol, and I just poured my first cells today.
Yay.
Whoop, whoop.
So I do tape my canvases off with painter's tape, and I use my push pins. Makes cleanup much easier. This tape will stay on here until I'm done varnishing, and then I take it off. So it keeps my back nice and clean. A lot of people like the fingerprints on the back and the artist look of their paintings. It's just a preference. This is my personal preference that I like everything clean, but I suffer from OCD, so don't I, hon? He's not going to comment. He's a smart man. So you can see how it's running on the canvas. That's what you want to look for.
Do you prefer varnish over resin?
I do both.
Do you have a preference?
Varnish is easier because you don't have to worry about dust and air bubbles, but I love the look of resin.
Take that piece that you got on the wall.
I know, I'll have to have hubby go get the piece that I varnished, or I resined this weekend. I did it on Friday. Was it Friday? And she's hanging in the living room already. It's the 3-bottle bottom pour.
We have Wandering Art joining us.
Hello, Wandering Art. Stephanie, how you doing, hon?
Two technical difficulties.
Oh, come on. We're back. Okay, we're back.
We got Portia from Washington. Jelaine.
Hi, Portia. Portia talks to me on Facebook. All right, I need a new pair of gloves because I made a mess.
Apologize. Oh, we've just lost quite a few people. Oh, they're coming back. Jane, so much. Her pour didn't work out tonight, so I'm just going to watch you make something gorgeous.
Oh, we shall see about that.
Tanisha says she wants to try resin, but she's a little intimidated.
Artist till death. Jeff and Erica will get you over that fear. I've been watching them quite a bit, and I just watch how they just throw it on the canvas like it's nothing, but yet they don't like to do acrylic pouring. So to me, acrylic pouring is easier, but to them, resin is easier. So I guess it's just whatever you're comfortable with.
Joyce said she's
Hi, Eddie.
glad to be able to watch. And Bonsai Kathy says, nice chatting with you the other day.
Yes. That's Kathy Graziano. I don't remember her last name.
Cheryl West is from Iowa, and she says, love your art, can't afford resin.
Yes, resin's very expensive, but I'll tell you what, if you got a Michaels and you've got a Michaels coupon, go when it's 50% off and get yourself a small box and start on little pieces first. Okay, so I dipped the yarn in the white paint, scraped off the excess, and now we're going to place it on the canvas.
Kathy's last name is Hendricks.
Hendricks. Okay, there's one. I love the iridescent medium from Artist Loft in the white. It just looks beautiful when it dries. You can mix it with any color too. It's a medium in a tube. We were at the canvas sale the other day.
Don't tell them how much you spent.
Well, let's just say 5% off, and my jewelry is there as well. I've been making jewelry for years. Okay, you ready to pull? And it's as simple as that.
Katrina wants to know if you're going to sell the teal and white string pull one you did a little bit ago.
Yes, I have to varnish it yet.
You
That's,
probably can't hear me, so.
yeah, it's the teal painting. Trina, was it Trina?
Yes, Katrina.
Katrina, yes, I do have that available. All my paintings are for sale.
Except the ones in the living room.
Except the ones in the living room.
What website has a sale of your things?
Down below in the description, my Etsy link should be there.
Kim says she just got 2 packs of 12 by 12s at Michael's, $10 each.
Right, and if you are a rewards member at Michael's, you can get that extra 25% off too when they send you the coupons in the mail. I'm going to do a couple more strings on here.
Missy says that looks so easy.
So we go ahead and put our yarn back into the paint.
Rona says so pretty.
It's not hard, you guys. It's getting the base paint thin enough so you don't have the puddling. So you saw how much I tilted that. You've got to have your base paint runny enough to tilt it off.
Wandering Art says, first time I've seen this done. Amazing.
So we're going to take another string up here. And if you drip, it's okay. Don't freak out if you drip. I do it all the time. I saw a couple of videos of the girls using chain, the little, the ball chain. That leaves a textured edge on there. It was really pretty.
Suzanne White says, just want you to know live that I love your work. You are inspirational.
Thank you, Suzanne. Let's go ahead and pull this one off. I'm going to turn it so you guys can see it. Simplicity at its best. Should I add more?
Trina wants to know, do you use the S pattern?
Trina, I do not. I loop.
Bonsai Kathy says, so pretty.
Thank you, Bonsai Kathy.
Hendricks. Katrina loves it.
So should I add more? I can add more to each stem, or I can leave it.
I think you should leave it.
Give me my drink, please. Thanks, Sin. It is easy, Sin. Try it.
Does your husband paint also? No, I've been fired.
No, I fire him. Every time we paint a wall, I fire him. Yes, add more. More. Okay.
The ball chain kicks butt.
It does kick butt. It is pretty. And I don't have any ball chainer I would show you.
Bob says add more. Bethany says leave it.
Okay, so listen, we're going to just add to what 3 stalks that we have. How's that sound?
I kind of want to see more.
Is it possible to layer color? Do you mean like a pour? And oh, you mean in the string? I missed that one from, it's a long one.
Missy says, maybe that is what I will do tonight, but I already put a metallic blue base. What color would you recommend me dip the yarn in? And this is not easy. She just makes it look easy.
Just use white. If you have a pearl, mix it in with your white. I wouldn't suggest using a pearl paint at all by itself for this, though. I think it would get lost in the paint.
Barbara says, I've tried this and made a mess of the whole thing. Yours is just beautiful.
It's all in your base paint. That's why I wanted to show you guys how I mix it. If you don't get it thin enough on the canvas, and I tell you this when I do flip and drags too, it's going to puddle and it's all going to sink down into the paint.
Susie says, I've layered color on string pull and came out beautiful.
Yes, I've seen some that do like 3 or 4 colors on their yarn and it just looks beautiful.
And Chantel says, I will try this tomorrow. Very beautiful.
You scared the dog away, Al. My doggy was out here. Mr. Eddie. Okay. I'm going to put one here.
Missy says, Deborah, I'm with you. It's not easy. She just makes it look like that.
It's easy. Stop.
So the background is wet. Question from
Yes.
Bethany.
Yes, it is, Bethany. My dog is a German Shepherd Lab mix. He's a rescue that we got from the shelter. He is the best dog that well, I can't say the best dog we ever had, but he is very smart. But boy, is he skittish. Everything scares him, even thunder now, and thunder didn't scare him before. But he's my buddy. He hangs out with me. I just don't let him out here when I'm doing resin or varnish, though, because I don't want any dog hairs flying.
He's a shedder.
He's a shedder. I never had a shedder. I had a Silky Terrier, and I have a Yorkie who is very old. But neither one of them shed, so this is all new for me to have dog hair. So this is going to be the last one I'm going to put on there. And then
Alice was exactly like that for a while. She has just really come a long way. Suzanne says the added yarn looks great. Guess you just need to be brave. Missy says, I have a question off the topic of string pull. How do you do ribbons? Every time I try, it winds up all messed up.
you got to watch what colors are coming out of your cup when you do a ribbon.
Bethany wants to know, are you pulling up or straight out?
I'm pulling straight down, not at an angle or anything. If you do it at an angle like I did this one here, that's what's going to happen. So that, to me, is a mistake on my part, but I can't fix it without scraping it, and I'm not going to scrape it.
It's just a wildflower.
You think it's just a wildflower, Alan?
Yep.
Like a wild child? Okay, guys, that's it for this one. This one will be available for purchase in 3 weeks.
Kathy says she likes the look of it. And Bethany likes it too.
I love the metallic in it. I don't know if you can see it. Maybe right there you can. But that's it.
Missy says, absolutely beautiful as always.
Simple, simple, simple. Now that I've showed you, you should all be able to make one. So, now that you've learned how to do base paint, would you like me to do a flip and drag live so you can watch me do that?
Getting a lot of favorable comments. Marvelous, elegant, awesome.
Flip and drags? That's all yeses for flip and drags.
Like a lot of yeses.
That's because they like to watch me airbrush, don't y'all?
The background is really nicer than plain black from Kim.
Yes, if you use plain black, I think when you pull your strings you might get some gray. And
She
that's...
wants a ribbon.
Let's do a flip and drag, and then we got time. We got over a half an hour left. We can drag this out until you guys are done, so.
Trina says, I pick orange.
Trina, you're not getting orange. You can go and watch Heather's channel and read her grocery ads. Trina and I pick on Heather, right? She's my buddy. Will you hold that over there, please? Thank you.
Teal and purple.
Thank you, Linda. When I yell, I'm not that pleasant. I'm just going to give this a quick torch to get the air bubbles out. We won't get cells though. There's no silicone. So for anybody that gets cells with Floetrol, I don't get it. I really don't. You saw how much Floetrol I put in there. I think the Floetrol is something, it's not the Floetrol. I think what it is, and if you watch Gina DeLuca, you will know what it is. It's layer, color over different opacities of paint is what causes the cells. Some are transparent, some are opaque, some are semi-transparent. So when you've got paint going over different colors, that's what happens and creates cells. So Al, could you glove up, hun, and move that to the rack? We did purchase another rack this weekend, so I have lots of drying area now. 5-shelfer.
Need to sell some paintings so we can make more.
Yes, we need to sell lots of paintings. Okay, so we're 32 minutes in, babe. So start to finish, 32 minutes, maybe a little less.
Where do you want it?
On one of the shelves on the new rack, please. Just don't touch the white on the side. There you go, corner to corner. Fabulous. So if you're not using chucks, maybe you should. Clean up the breeze. That's it, guys. Wrap it up and toss it. Simple. I do have cardboard on top of my washing machine tray only because I want my everything level. Thanks, Nicole. Sorry you're late, hon. But you can always go back and watch it. There's a lot of people that don't like cells.
Nicole wants to know what kind of rack.
Oh, 5-tier, what is it called? It's from Honey Can Do, I think is the brand name. We got it at Ollie's. They were $59.99. So it's, and it's what, 6 feet tall? So I have 5 more shelves to do paintings on, and we covered each shelf with cardboard so that it we could get it nice and level. So I need a 10 by 20. Okay.
No orange.
I know, Trina, no orange.
Linda calls it a bun rack.
No, it's not a bun rack, hon. I know a bun rack's like what Jeff and Erica use. Like the bakeries use for cooling sheets. But believe me, I would love a bun rack, but it's hard to get it level.
Maybe we should shop Amazon.
Amazon. I buy everything from Amazon.
Maybe we should post it on your website.
What, that rack?
Yeah.
Hey, that's what I'll do. I'll look and see if Amazon has that rack, and I'll add it to my shopping page. What did Missy say that somebody's saying eek?
Amazon is having a sale right now on the rack.
Oh, there you go. Hey, put that link in the description box. Oh, they do have it. Awesome. Okay, so you saw how I mixed the base paint for the string pull. So my white base paint for my flip and drags is exactly the same.
Okay, Joyce wants to know about different shades of one color.
Different shades of one color for what?
For the new picture, for the new painting.
I did do a flip and drag with one color, and I believe it was, I think it was purple. So same thing with this, nice and watery. But you don't want it too thin. You got to have some pigment in there to cling to that canvas. And let me tell you, that's another thing. Don't overwater your paints. You should never use more than 30% water, because then you're breaking the binder. Then you're going to run into problems with crazing and lifting off the canvas. And I don't use water on anything except the base paint. That's it. I can't stress it enough. I have one girl that watches me just because I don't use water. I believe she was an art teacher. So,
Sin Loves Raleigh says, I'm with purple and teal.
purple and teal.
Any other colors?
Well, how about purple, teal, and, let's see, purple.
Maybe you should show them your new racks.
I can't take the camera down. I was thinking gold, Bethany. The problem with gold, when you mix it in with purple, you gotta be careful. You might get some mud.
Tricia says, when I watch this on my phone, I'm tempted to tip the phone to help.
Oh, I have people tell me that all the time. And you know, it's funny when I'm watching on my iPad, I do the same thing when I'm watching people, especially Ann Osborne. When she's tilting that real slow tilt, I'm like going really fast with her, like, hurry up, get it over there.
Nancy wants magenta. Mary said peacock.
We could do 4. We could do a touch of black.
Gold, please.
And yeah, we can do gold. We'll do gold.
Tricia says purple and gold really are beautiful.
They are beautiful together. You just gotta be careful you don't get mud, because it's got that orangey yellow tinge to it that might pull muddy with the purple.
Nicole wants to know, so we should do tilt slowly?
Tilt slowly unless you need to do a hard tilt to move that paint. Rule of thumb is never use too little of paint. Always use more than you need. I know it sounds wasteful, but it's heartbreaking when you spend all that time mixing your paints and your painting doesn't come out because you don't have enough paint and you're zigzagging and you're getting striations, and it's sad. I learned that from the beginning. You should see some of my very first paintings.
Karen wants to know, if I don't use water to get the right consistency, will I use more Floetrol?
Yes.
And money.
Well, you should be using 1 part paint to 2 parts Floetrol. But the way that I mix my paint is 1 part paint, 1 part Elmer's glue all, and then when that's done being mixed, I double that with Floetrol. And I never need to add water. Maybe on the black, but I don't think I ever added to the white. Once in a great while, depends on the Floetrol. Sometimes you might get a batch that's thick. So I wish they would thin that Floetrol down just a little bit more. Okay, so I'm going to spray my cup with the WD-40 silicone spray. This is available on my Amazon shop as well. I use this to release the paint from the cup, not to create cells. However, if you do not rub it in, you will get cells. Elmer's glue all. Elmer's glue. But it's called the glue all, not the washable school glue. Show 'em, Al. Elmer's glue all. Yes, I do pre-mix all my colors. Actually, yesterday I spent the day, you can't see it, but it's here. I have 3 shelves full of bottles, and I still have a ton over here that I couldn't fit on there. I put all my paint in bottles. Yes, it's got to be the glue all.
Not the school glue.
Not the school glue. Okay. So we said purple. Oh, I buy a gallon of glue probably every 6 weeks, and I buy 2 gallons of Floetrol every other week. So about a gallon a week. Okay. Purple and gold. And teal. Was it not teal? How about
Magenta.
How about we try Dollarami Phthalo Turquoise. I'm having a hard time finding this one again. So I think this might be Grumbacher turquoise green.
Nicole likes your squeeze bottles. Tell
I
her about her hunt for squeeze bottles.
Oh, I go everywhere looking for squeeze bottles. It's so hard. And then I end up going to Sally's Beauty Supply and just buying hair coloring bottles and just cutting the tops off so I can put nails in them. So I don't have to deal with the caps. Okay, and magenta was the other one, hon?
Yes.
Okay.
Peacock.
Okay. Should I put a touch of black in there? It'll be more peacocky if I use black, I think. Yes, Eddie wants to go out. I'll watch the screen. Yes, I will put black in. So we're going to start with black. Now, 10 by 20 canvas, all you're going to need is about an ounce of paint for a flip and drag. You don't want to use too much. A lot of people, they just go ahead and fill that cup and then they wonder why their flip and drags don't look like mine. So that's about maybe a tiny bit over, a teaspoon and a half maybe. So you're going to do the same with every color. So I'm going to go ahead and put the gold next to the black because gold and black just look fantastic together when they come out. And all these paints have treadmill silicone in them. And I use the Spot On treadmill silicone. So then I'm going to go ahead and add the turquoise. And you see I'm layering the color on top of each other because we will give it a tiny swirl. And then I'm going to go ahead and add the magenta. Alan's got celery, so if you hear him crunching, it's not me.
Jane wants to know, when you said double that with Floetrol for the base paint, did you mean that if the paint and glue all is 1 quart together, you add 1 quart of Floetrol?
Right.
That's correct.
Exactly. Yes, Jane.
Nicole wants to know, how big is the pour cup ounces?
This is a 5-ounce cup, and I used the thickness of a popsicle stick and height of paint. That's it.
Mary wants to know, how much silicone do you add to your paints?
It all depends how many ounces of paint you have. Rule of thumb for me is 1 drop for every 2 or 3 ounces. So like this big bottle, I put maybe 5 drops in there. And if your paints have been sitting a while, if you decide to go with the squirt bottles, if you know you haven't used it in a couple weeks, give it a good shake, add a couple more drops of silicone, and go ahead and use it. I've used paints that have sat for months, and they still work. So I'm going to flip this right in the middle. The nice thing with using the WD-40 is your paint releases from the cup. So you can see when your paint is all down on the canvas. And you can kind of see what's layered on top. So I always poke a hole because anytime you put paint on top of paint, a cup on top of paint, you're going to have a little bit of suction going on. Well, I guess that doesn't want to let me poke today. There we go. We got a little leaker. So I'm not going to just do one drag. If you've been watching me, you know I'm going to go all over the place. So I've never tried the floating cup thing. I'm not brave enough to do that stuff. So I'm going to take that right off of there. And I'm going to come here and grab that. Did you notice I dipped my cup in the white?
Okay. I got a couple questions coming. Bethany wants to know, have you ever used baby oil?
No.
Karen wants to know, do you layer transparent, opaque, transparent, etc.?
Normally, the normal colors that are transparent are yellow, some of the pale greens. If you know your color wheel and you know what's your primary colors, your tertiary colors, etc. If you're new to painting, go learn your color wheel, because you'll know exactly what not to put next to each other. But also, when you're doing opaques with transparents, always put your transparent on top of your opaque. So you can layer like opaque, transparent, semi-transparent, opaque, you know, and just keep going. You don't want to put all your transparents on top of each other.
Loud Smiles wants to know, you sprayed with WD-40 with silicone in the cup. Can you use straight WD-40?
Yes, you can use it, but you got to remember that's not straight silicone. That has additives in it. So when you're torching, you want to be careful with your fumes. And if it's a fume issue and you don't want to use chemicals, get some dimethicone. It's in products that we use on our bodies every day. I'm just stretching out now. And I have the canvas at about a 45-degree angle. I need to do a giveaway for my sponsors. I have a few sponsors that are contributing to the channel, so I'm going to do a giveaway for them. And if you're watching, thank you so much for your support.
Bethany says she likes coconut milk dimethicone.
Yes, coconut milk is working wonders, and it smells delicious. Okay, so let me show you what it looks like before I do anything else, because I have gold laying under the black. I don't know if you can see that. We have just a big blend of different colors.
Touch of gold.
So we have gold here, and it's under the black there. So when I go with the airbrush, it's going to bring it out. I have gold here that's creating some lacing. I have gold here. So you'll see. And you don't have to use an airbrush. You can leave it just like this. You can just keep stretching it back and forth till it fills out more. But I can't leave anything alone. You guys know me that well. So I'm just torching now to break the air bubbles and see if there's anything that wants to come up through that black before I airbrush it. And I'm about 5-6 inches away from the canvas. I must have been doing a lot of paintings, Alan, because I had to open up a brand new torch yesterday. I finally killed a torch. I think my starter went on it. This is...
Missy wants to know if you can wait until the 1st to start sponsoring you.
Oh, yes. I'm going to do quarterly giveaways for my sponsors, and I just started getting sponsors this month. So let's say May, June, July. Probably like the first week in August, I'll be doing giveaways. And I'm going to have something really cool coming up when I get back from vacation.
Bethany wants to know what kind of torch is that?
This is on my Amazon shop, and it's called, oh, what was the name of this? It says Torch 400, but it's on my Amazon shop. And let me show you why I like this torch. All you have to do, when you take it out of the box, is fill it, turn it on. You never have to shut it off, and you only need one hand to light it. You're not like clicking a safety switch or anything. It's there. If you don't want to use it for a while, then you can shut it off.
And Mary says, can you use a heat gun instead of a torch?
You can use a heat gun.
She's on oxygen. She's leery of the flames.
Yes, you can use a heat gun.
Katrina wants to know we're going on vacation.
We are going to New York to visit my mama. She's 87 years old. She gets around better than we do. She's very, very active, but I haven't seen her in a year, so I'm due to go home and visit. And I like to help her out and do some stuff around the house, give my brother a break. My brother does not live with her. He lives a couple of houses down, but he watches out for her.
And Kathy wants to know where in New York.
Well, Alan and I'm from Olean, and Alan is from Binghamton. So we met online 20 years ago. We've been married almost 19 years. So we'll be going to Olean to visit my mama.
Linda says you you're taking her the painting you made for her?
Yes. If you saw that one, yep, that one's going to New York with me. That was a dirty pour base on that one. Boy, I really struggled with that painting because the paint was kind of thick.
Bonsai Kathy says her mom is 86 this summer and she's north of Syracuse.
Oh.
Jane wants to know, do you just plug in the airbrush and go?
Yes,
And can you show the setup?
I can. Let me get it up here. Okay. This is the airbrush I bought. This is all you get. And that's all you need. 25 PSI. It's a master airbrush. It's $49.96 on Amazon. You don't have to deal with a big compressor or anything. And it's enough power to push paint around. And I do have another video where I made flowers with it. It's fine. You don't need anything expensive. You can always upgrade. That's what I always tell everybody. Start simplistic and cheap. You can always upgrade. And you can use a straw. But let me tell you something about a straw. I started with a straw. You won't get the wispiness. Let me show you. If you can see the ends on those, they're wispy. If you use a straw, you're going to get more like this. Yes, it is, Jane. So I'm going to go ahead and turn that. This is really pretty, you guys. The colors were good together.
Kind of like our living room thing, just moving the paint.
Oh. We bought a new rug for our living room, so we spent the day changing our living room around. So now we have a big hole above our fireplace because we brought our TV down and put it on a TV stand. And now we have a big hole. So my big 3-foot by 4-foot canvas will have to get used this week because we need a painting for that to cover that hole.
LJ wants to know, what made you want to start doing this?
A friend of mine who lives here in town was doing it, and I was looking at her pictures, and I said, what is that? She says, it's called paint pouring. And I said, well, that's cool. So I got on YouTube and started watching videos like a crack whore. I was addicted. That's all I did. I would just sat and watched and watched and watched and learned. I started out with Anne Marie and Lily, and there's just so many of them that I watched. And then I got stuck on Ann Osborne's, and I thought, ooh, those flip and drags are pretty. So started out with basic pouring, you know, flip cupping. Then I went to flip and drags, and then I've gotten braver over time and doing different things.
Better be careful, you're going to offend the crack whores out
Oh, there's no crack course out there. I'm just referencing.
Jane said, sounds like me lately. I had more money, I'd be buying, if I had more money, I'd be buying all the supplies.
Yep. Just buy it a little bit at a time. And I always tell everybody, if you got to start with craft paint, start with craft paint. Just mix it correctly so you don't be so disappointed. So that's it for that one, guys. Let me give you a close-up. Purple and magenta stuck together, which was kind of cool. So there you are on that one.
Rona says, gorgeous. Trisha gives you hand and applause. Nicole, I dig that.
I dig all my paintings. I'd say that a lot, don't I, you guys? I always like, I'm digging that. Or let me hit that one more time. I'm going to see if I can wisp that out just a smidge.
Stunning. Very nice. Do you seal them after they dry? Mary wants to know.
I clean them with baby powder to get the silicone off. And then I give it a good wash with water and a paper towel. Then I clean it with alcohol. And I let it dry for 1 day to let the paint recure on the surface. And then I go ahead and varnish. If I resin, and I don't know if any of you resin, but if you don't get the silicone all cleaned off, sometimes you'll end up with pockets where the silicone has spread the resin away. You can fix that. just put a drop of silicone in your resin and rub it on that spot and go ahead and recoat. And that usually takes it away. And I think yeah, once it's dry, you want to make sure your painting is completely dry before you do anything. This painting will go now to my drying rack, and it will stay there till it's completely dry, and then it goes to my curing rack. So this painting will not be available for at least 3 weeks.
This is your
Yes.
piece.
So I need you to take that one away. So I need a suggestion on what to do for the next painting. If you want to see a dirty pour or a flip cup. We'll do one more.
Bob Smiles wants to know, how do you use baby powder? Once it's dry?
Once it's dry, you sprinkle it on there and wipe it in and let it set. I always let it set to give it time to absorb the silicone. Boy, I was lost there for a minute. I don't know what word I was looking for. Flip cup blues. Dirty pour, flip cup. Ribbon, so that's a dirty pour, Missy.
Oops.
Don't drop that, Alan. Flip cup. I don't do puddles, Joyce. I have no luck with puddles. Dirty pour, flip cup. I'm kind of both, huh? Well, I have a 10 by 10 canvas prepped, and I also have a 14 by 14, so I guess we could do both.
Come on,
8, 11, 10. Are you guys in a hurry to leave?
Jane says she's so happy she got a free 1-day shipping for the airbrush on your site and bought the bamboo sticks too.
Good. Okay, so if you guys are in no hurry to leave, then we'll go ahead and do 2 more. But I'm going to show you my resin piece first, because I did 3 bottle bottoms, and then I decided to resin it. This I call my baby. Look at that resin on there. Isn't it gorgeous? Absolutely gorgeous.
You are the best thing on TV tonight.
Oh, that's cool. I was going to sell this piece, and I thought I repurposed a canvas that I got from Goodwill. So I can't sell this. But it is absolutely like glass. Just like glass. This was Prussian blue with iridescent medium in it, peacock pearl, turquoise, Grumbacher light blue, black, and white.
Linda remembers you watching you do this.
Mm-hmm.
Why can't you sell it?
This is a repurposed canvas. It's something, it had, when I bought this, it had forks and spoons, and it was the most god-awful ugly thing, but when I picked it up, it was like, by God, that's a nice canvas. So I went ahead and removed the hardware, and I taped it all off. You can see where the resin juice got under there, and then I just used the hooks here so I could hang it this way.
Okay, Missy wants to know, how long do you let it cure before you resin it?
At least 2 weeks. At least 2 weeks. And I don't touch anything for at least 2 weeks.
Back on the wall,
You can leave it there, hon. You don't have to take it back in the house. We'll take it in when we go. Our studio's in the garage, so we have lots of room out here.
For the right price for someone.
Well, I could say it's repurposed. I think if someone offered me $300 for it, I'd probably sell it.
Missy says, I didn't know you couldn't sell it.
Well, I just don't feel comfortable selling something that isn't new, you know. It's not virgin. Did you hear him? Give me my Coke.
Upcycle.
Yes, upcycled is the way to go, and I do. I go to Goodwill, but usually all the canvases that I buy from Goodwill, they're all paintings that are in my house. Okay.
Michael's wouldn't.
Yeah, Michael's wouldn't like me if I did that. That's just a tablecloth, plastic tablecloth. Okay, so how about if we do the flip cup first and get that out of the way?
Tricia says it is new. Half the things at museums are on repurposed canvas.
I don't know that though. I just don't feel comfortable selling it when it's repurposed unless someone absolutely knew that and still they just had to have it, you know. If they say, I have to have that, so that would be different, but.
I'll sell it to you.
Oh, yeah, Ellen will sell it to you. So when I prep the canvas, they're already gessoed when you buy them. But I always use painter's tape on the back to keep my edges nice and clean. And I use my push pins. And I mist the back with water and make sure it's nice and tight before I pour on it. Trisha, would you buy it if you had $300? I know it's hard. It's hard because it's like I know I could sell it in a heartbeat. I know I could, but it's just to me it's like I don't know, especially with the resin on it too. So, all right. So if you guys want me to do a flip cup, I need some colors. How many do we watch in 66?
We got 66.
Okay.
I think we lost someone. We had that technical.
Okay, blue, rose
Magenta.
gold, black, blues. Okay, so I definitely got to do some blues. Metallic
Prussian
blue,
blue,
magenta,
orange,
Prussian blue.
turquoise, blues and greens.
Missy needs colors herself. I know, it's rough. And you know, and I shoot 5 videos every week, maybe 6, sometimes 7. And I sit here and I'm like, what color do I want to do now?
Greens.
Okay, so.
Purples. Blue, silver, and black.
I don't have very good luck with silver.
I'm stuck because I did the background metallic blue.
Okay, so let's go with Prussian blue.
Area 222 wants metallics.
I have some of that patina left. That would look pretty with the Prussian blue. That's that. I don't have a lot, but we can use that up.
A lot of magentas.
Yeah, everybody wants magenta. I have a light magenta and I have a dark magenta. And then I have a purple red.
Rose gold.
I don't know if I have any rose gold mixed up. Let's look. No.
Nicole wants to know, is lavender a good color to use? Just curious.
I love lavender.
Jane wants dark. Bethany wants light.
Actually, I have a video coming out tomorrow with lavender. It's going to be 2 8x10s with a dirty pour on a black background, so watch for that. That's all lavenders and purples.
Cadmium yellow. Katrina wants silver.
Silver. I don't have any silver mixed up because I don't use it that often. So the patina it'll be a greenish silver look. How about some Seamus Pearl? This is from Craft Smart. This is a craft paint.
Missy says, you are so brave, woman. I get so scared using dark colors. I get so afraid I'll get mud.
You won't get mud if you lay your colors right. I shouldn't say that. Did you see my ice cube tray pour with the big ice cube tray and it has like 20 ice cubes in it? That was scary. That could have been mud in a heartbeat. Some girl actually commented it's mud and I'm like, no, it's not. And I resined that piece too. That's hanging in my foyer. Okay, so I have Soho Magenta.
No yellows? We had a couple requests for yellows.
I can do a yellow in there, I think.
Cadmium yellow.
Oh, cad yellow, cad yellow. How about Naples yellow? It's more of a pale yellow. Wasn't that cool, Linda?
Jane wants to see the ice cube piece.
Go get the ice cube piece. It's hanging in the foyer when you first go in on the right-hand side. In the foyer. Okay, let's see. So I have yellow, magenta. Do you see how I do this, guys? I'm looking to see what I need for an accent color. Nicole, crack that whip. Oh. Something between these two. The magenta. Nicole's like, Alan, go. Nah, not gray. Crimson red. I can do crimson red, or I have azo red. Or I have, let's see. I have so many bottles of paint up here. It's not even funny.
This one?
Crimson. Yes, that one. So this is the ice cube tray painting. All resin. All celly. And the back's nice and clean when you resin. Oh, Trish, are you going to sing for us? So yeah, that was fun to do. But I did use a ton of paint on that. But yes, it's resined.
Where's the mud?
The mud is like, you can just see it in between little spots, like right in here, where it blended together. So, what was I going to talk to her about? Now I forgot. Got me sidetracked. Okay. Gotta spray the cup. I don't want any paint lingering in there. And I'm not going to rub this one in. I only rub it in on the flip and drags usually.
You want to know, Missy says she's jealous.
On that resin one, Missy, I resined that. That was the ice cube tray. It's behind you, Ellen, in that container. I can watch these for a second. You learn over time that orange and purple don't go together. Yellow and purple sometimes will give you a little mud. Green with, it's right there in that second bin down. See it? You got a good color wheel. And if you follow your color wheel, you'll know what colors do not go together. If you put something between them, you can get away with it. This is the ice cube tray that I used. What is she meant on all the supplies I use? I'm sorry, Missy. I missed your question. I forgot what she was saying.
How do you learn what colors you looked at that?
She was up higher. Give me my Coke. Thank you. Sorry, guys. I need a drink.
Diane wants to know what you're spraying the cup with.
That is the WD-40 spray. Everything's backwards to me. Is it backwards for you guys? Missy, you can go on you can just go Google it. You'll get one.
Nicole.
Nicole. Yes.
Trying to show her my shirt, huh?
My husband is wearing a t-shirt that says, I do everything. Bought him one years ago when we lived in Binghamton, and my boss says, and you wear that? Oh, let me get some gloves on here real quick.
Karen's grandma says, smart man.
My husband is,
Supposed to be working right now.
yeah, he's supposed to be working right now, but they're not busy at work. Yes, it's called love. He has a younger brother, but he's disabled. What, Ellen?
The other t-shirt that says trophy husband.
Oh yeah, I did get him a trophy husband t-shirt. Okay, so for my base color in the cup, do you guys want white or black? Yeah, he is working, Trisha. Black, okay.
Trina wants white.
Well, we can put white in between in the layers, but on the bottom, I
More
want
blacks.
black, black, black,
Tanisha,
black.
LJ, Nicole, Cynthia loves Riley.
Now remember, this is a flip cup. This is not a dirty pour. Okay? Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and let me think on this one for a second. I'm going to do the patina on top of that black. I'd love.
West wants to know about the sample jars of paint from Home Depot. Any special mixing?
On those, I do 1 tablespoon of paint, 1 tablespoon of Elmer's glue, and then double that with Floetrol. So it's the same mix, but you don't use the water in your glue. Remember, if you remember watching my tutorials, that was back when I was mixing water. 2 parts glue, 1 part water. Or was it? No, 2/3 glue, 1/3 water. And I just don't do that anymore. I just use straight glue.
Bethany wants to know, what is the difference between a dirty pour and a flip cup?
Well, a dirty pour, instead of flipping the cup, you're just pouring it onto the canvas. But it's still a dirty pour. I mean, the cup, it's a dirty cup is what we should call it. But we call it dirty pour. But it's just a dirty cup. So I'm going to go ahead and put the sea mist pearl on top of that. And I am pushing these colors down in because this is going to be a flip cup.
LJ wants to know, is there a certain order you have to lay the colors in?
Yes, you want to make sure that you have complementary colors next to each other. So like if I took this and put the yellow on top of that, you're really not going to see that together, so I don't want to do that. But what I will do is put the yellow on top of the red so that we can maybe get a little orange out of that. Start with when you're first starting, start with your primary colors, and that way you can learn what colors go next to each other and what colors make different colors. And it's a lot of learning. It's not something that you can just, well, I can't say that because I've seen girls just do it for the first time and their paintings are absolutely gorgeous.
Kathy wants to know, what brand did you say the patina is?
Did we decide if that was Deco Art or Folk Art? I don't know, but our Michaels does not have it, so I have to go all the way to Raleigh to get it. So you can check on Michael's website. They might have it. I'm going to put a little more red on that.
And Tricia is just clarifying, dirty is when the paints are combined but not mixed before being applied to the canvas.
Right. You can, a lot of times you guys will see me do a little swirl in the cup with my popsicle stick. Or I'll make a star in the cup like this, but I don't need to do that. So I know I have enough paint and I didn't have to use white at all. I had the sea mist pearl and the Naples yellow, so I had some light colors. This Naples yellow is probably opaque. I didn't look at the tube. So now when I do a flip cup, I just place the canvas on top and flip it over.
It's great to see everybody sharing with each other.
Yep, I like when they talk to each other. You can't find it at Hobby Lobby. There's a place that I order from online too when they have craft paint on sale. It's Artist Club. Sometimes you can get those paints for 99 cents a bottle, and then I always buy like 40 of the metallics because metallics are expensive for craft paint. Okay, you ready? I looked at Walmart. They didn't have it.
No pinhole?
Not for a flip cup, no. Gold is pretty. The blues and the greens are coming up through that. I'm going to show you guys real quick. There's a lot of paint on here, so I don't want to stretch it too far, but I got to get the paint off. So what I'm going to do is use the cup hand. So I don't really need this corner. I don't know if I want to torch it or not. I think I'll torch it after I move it, because I have some pretty decent cells there. So when I start seeing where I want to stop, then I'll go ahead and put my hand there to get that corner. And it's so pretty. Always bring your paint back to the middle so you don't stretch your cells out. That's one thing that I do teach. I don't like to be the teacher, but...
Tanisha is heading out. She said it's been a fun evening.
Good night, Tanisha. Thanks for coming. We'll be here next Monday, too, and that'll be my last one till I get back from vacation. Totally lost the magenta. It's right here in the corner. Boy, that crimson took over. I see the black in there a little bit.
Kim wants to know, can you peel the dry paint off the chuck if you want skin for
Yep,
your jewelry?
you can. And that might be another reason you want to put cardboard underneath, so you can just lift the whole piece of cardboard out, take it over to a drying table, and go ahead and put a new one in. So you can continue to paint, so you're not stuck.
And you've actually made and sold some pieces.
Oh yeah, I've made a lot of skin jewelry. I haven't even put any on Etsy. Actually, that's what my mom and I are going to be doing when I go up there. We're going to be cutting skins and resining jewelry because she wants some jewelry. That's the only reason she wants to do it with me.
Katrina wants to know, was there silicone in your paint?
Yes.
Or just the WD-40 spray?
Yeah, I put treadmill silicone in all my paints. I have one batch of Creative Inspirations up here on my top shelf that have no silicone in them that I use, like for bottle bottom pours or something where I don't want any cells. This torch does not have a very big flame. I think it needs some juice. I know I don't want to get the beast out. I'll have to fill this. It's so much easier to clean up, you know, and then I watch everybody that's just starting out and they're doing their first videos on YouTube and they have nothing in their tray and they're just pouring the paint in there and I'm like, oh, I'm cringing. I'm like, how are you going to get all that out of there? I like my stuff nice and neat. So there are the colors y'all picked. The Naples yellow is around here. The patina showed up next to that, what was that, sea mist pearl. Prussian blue is there. The crimson's definitely there. The magenta is around here because we used no white.
Yes, you did good.
Yes, you did good is right. And it's too dark for me to, well, maybe I can pull one. I'll show you how I pull my skins off of my, because I'm not going to keep the whole thing. If I did something and it was like, oh, I just love that runoff and want to keep the whole thing and let it dry and peel it off, yeah. But if I'm not going to, this is what I do. I just take a little scoop, and this is just photo paper, and just lay it on there. And I'm sure if you watch Anne-Marie, you know that she does this as well. Hit it with the torch. And I place these on parchment paper to dry. So that's that one. Plastic tray on top of the canvases. So I'll just add it to my collection. All right, so now we have left is a dirty pour. And if you're using spatulas and stuff, just get some baby wipes. Keep them next to your table. Just wipe everything off. That way you don't have to do it later.
Katrina wants to know, could you just lay it on freezer paper instead of photo paper?
You could. You could do that. I have silicone baking mats that I've been wanting to try, but you have to set them on something. I could have reused that cup. Oh, Jacob's home. I was like, who's in our driveway? I gotta move this. Can you just... Here, I'll do it. Here. Hold my mic.
And that was a question that came across.
You missed it? Ellen missed that question. Yeah.
Still there.
Oh.
LJ wants to know, what would happen if you just watered down the paint?
If you water down your paint more than 30%, you're breaking the binder. Your canvas is going to show through. You have the chance of it lifting off the canvas. Cracking, yep. If you want an archival piece, don't use water. Well, you shouldn't use glue or Floetrol either. If you want an archival piece, you should just be using pouring medium. You know, they swear by Liquitex and all those name brands, but to me, the glue all is just as good. I'm not going to be around in 100 years. What do I care, right?
That's when they'll be worth thousands.
Oh, they'll be worth thousands?
Jane wants to know, is your drying rack on your Amazon store? Not yet.
My shoe rack is on the Amazon store. I think it's 10 shelves, and it's under 30 bucks. I would not put wet paintings on there. I would wait a day and then put them on there to cure. I call it my curing rack. Unless you want to put something over top of the shelves, like you could use freezer paper or wax paper, anything to keep the paint from sticking to the shoe rack. It's kind of fabric-y. It's not the best shoe rack, but it serves its purpose. It's cheap, and you can do all your paintings on one wall. Just put them on there to dry. Okay.
Jane wants to know, where'd you get the mat that you just put in that tray thing? And what is that tray thing?
This is a washing machine tray that you can buy on my Amazon shop. These are adult underpads that you can buy on my Amazon shop. So they want me to do a dirty pour. So I'm going to use 3 half cups maybe. Chucks. Yep, chucks. We can go to get them for my brother-in-law, and then we buy ours for our painting. So Walgreens is always sold out after we go there.
Yeah, more and more people joining. We're at 71.
Great. Okay, guys, so we're going to do a dirty pour. I'm going to start with white on this one. I'm going to go ahead and pick colors. This is a 14 by 14 square.
It's a new size at Michael's.
Yeah, actually, it's a new size that our Michaels is carrying. I never seen the 14 by 14 before. I have so many colors to pick from. Yes, adult underpads. They're in the diaper section. Adult diaper section. You'll see them. They're right by the diapers. Oh, I want some cerulean blue, some cobalt metallic blue,
I think you should do a red.
robin's egg blue. No, they wanted blues. Ellen, I don't like red. You know that. Let's try indigo blue for our dark. And manganese blue. Okay, so now I need some accent colors. Grumbacher light blue.
Kathy says copper.
Copper. Yeah, I could probably get away with copper. Depends where I put it. And what's that? I'm sorry, babe. This last one. And I was going to put some Payne's Gray in there. Okay. So when you look at that pile of colors, you're thinking, ooh. 10 minutes. Ooh. This is the last one anyway. Get all these tops off. Get my shake in.
Painting group.
Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and start with the Grumbacher Permanent Light Blue. Because these are going to be the last colors out of the cup. So I want something that's going to accent what we did.
Group therapy.
And then I went ahead and used the Grumbacher Turquoise Green. And I need the Cobalt Metallic. And I'm going to go ahead with Prussian Blue. Or Indigo Blue, sorry. And some of that metallic. And then I'm going to go with Grumbacher Cerulean Blue. I squirted on my canvas. Bad girl. And then the Manganese Blue from Soho. It's a pretty color too. Isn't that gorgeous blue? It's like a dark turquoise. I love it. And then the Payne's Gray. Robin Egg Blue. And then I'll show you what I'm going to do with that wonderful bottle of copper.
Jill says she's never done it before. Just obsessed watching it.
So here's the copper. I got paint all over it. I'm going to shove it down through. This is the reason I like squirt bottles, because you can control your colors. Okay. Got a lot of tops to put back on when I'm done.
Negro says, I find this interesting and satisfying.
It is. It's like, I don't know if any of you ever do this, but like when you get a sunburn and you peel your skin off after it's dead. That's what I get the feeling of. Like, it's just, I don't know. I just can't explain it. It's just so relaxing and stress release. And so, those cups are kind of pretty with that copper sitting there. Okay, so you know when I dirty pour, I just put the color on the canvas. Hi, Paula. You can always watch it tomorrow. Are Jeff and Erica live right now too? Okay. I want to get some more of that copper in there. I think I got some that time. I think it comes with me being organized from having kids, because I had 3 boys and it was baseball every night. We ate at the ballpark. It was like I didn't have time to do much at home, so when I did it, I was just very productive at doing it. I had a routine, everything was on a calendar, and I worked at a bank, so I worked.
Personality.
It's my personality, yeah. So I'm just moving this around, trying to get the paint to flow together. And then I'll give it a quick torch. I was just telling my husband yesterday, I need to make you a checklist because I'm going to New York a week before him. So I have time to help my mom, and then he's going to be coming up the next week with the boys and the dogs, and I need to give him a checklist so he doesn't forget anything.
Gotta be the personality. Katrina has 4 kids and she's not so organized.
You will be when they get older. Believe me. Yeah, my torch was empty. That's why I wasn't getting any flame. There we go. We've got fire now. I'm just popping air bubbles. So if y'all are going to try using the WD-40 to release the paint from your cup, when you're torching, stand back and try not to inhale the fumes. Because I don't know what else is in there besides the silicone. So it can't be good for you. I really want that copper to come up through there. It's coming. It's coming. Okay, let's tilt some paint off.
Girls,
Bethany has 6 girls.
and she's a mess.
6 girls. I have a middle son that acts. He's my girl. He has got more drama than anybody I know.
Hopefully you won't watch this video.
He already warned me I'm not allowed to talk about him. You know what his excuse was? There's a lot of crazy people out there. Yes, they are. Kids are expensive. I can't imagine nowadays. Because when I had my kids, it was back in the 80s. So we didn't have computers and all that stuff. I didn't get my first computer until 1997. And that's when I met Alan. He was the first person I talked to online. He's my internet lover.
You might have one that has to be resined here.
You think this might need to be resined? Is that what you're saying, Alan?
Yep.
I know it's funny when we watch Erica and Jeff at Artists Till Death. You don't get a chance to say, I want to buy that. You just have to say dibs because they sell them as soon as they pour them.
Katrina says, I think I might need this one. There's a difference between need and want.
Right. So when you guys do your next pour, go back and watch the video and watch how I layered the colors and watch how I pick and choose where I want to put that paint. Because that's the whole thing with doing a dirty pour, is placing the color so it complements what's already there. You can look inside your cup and you can see what's coming out next.
James says, can you do a dirty pour and keep some negative space?
You can. I could have covered the canvas with black. I actually have got a video coming up. It's the purple one where I have black negative space. However, a lot of the black is gone, but it's still there. So that video will get uploaded tomorrow.
Mary says, love it. That would go beautifully in my new house.
Oh, I want a new house. Alan, will you buy me a new house? I keep asking him that. So there it is. Cell heaven. And they're tiny little cells coming up right where my thumb is. What, Alan?
It lags on the computer.
It does?
Yeah.
Compared to the TV?
Yes.
All right, guys. That was what? 4 paintings tonight? 3. 4. We did 4. 4 videos that I would have uploaded on YouTube that you got to see all at once.
Live.
Live. And you got to ask questions too, which is awesome. So next Monday, if you guys want to leave comments on Facebook or shoot me a message on Facebook letting me know what you want to see me do, I'll get some ideas myself. Well, you'll just have to go back and watch, Shelly. So our video, this is an hour and a half already, guys, so I'm going to go ahead and call it a night so that those that want to go back and rewatch won't have to sit there for so long. But message me on Facebook. Let me know what you want to see next Monday. It's going to be my last live until
9 p.m.
Yep, it'll be my till the end of June. So I won't be back until I'm leaving the 8th, 9th, and I won't be back until what is it, the 24th, 23rd, 24th. So I will see everybody next week. Have yourselves a great paint pouring week. Check out the Amazon shop and get your supplies.
Good night, Paula.
Hit my Etsy shop if you want to hit that sale, 25% off. Use the code BIRTHDAY. And if you see anything on these live videos that you want to purchase, shoot me a message through Facebook or you can email me at ChristinaWelchArt@yahoo.com. So everybody's telling you good night, Al.
Good night.
Good night, everybody. And we'll see you on the next one. Bye now.